speaking of Bad Bunny, and I understand, we talked about a lot of important stuff, and this is probably like the less important of everything that we talked about because, to be honest with you, I don't really care about Bad Bunny. All right, and I'm not trying to be funny. I don't really.
Meaning,
Okay, but the NFL has been getting criticism because they named him to do the halftime show. I mean, you think about this guy and the agenda that's being promoted. You think about what he wears, what he stands for. Okay, everything right here to me is off. I want to know your thoughts on that. I'm gonna play some of these. It's not a clip, but it's pictures of what this guy's wearing and the thing that they really push into the youth. So, Shaw, I'll give you the mic. What are your
man,
thoughts?
Lil, I just absolutely love the way you think because before you even said I'm about to play you, photos of his outfits, I was going to say, have you seen what this guy's wearing? He's been through a humiliation ritual for the past, I don't know how long. So,
Look
what
at
we've
this.
watched is the humiliation ritual. And you do that just like Pharrell did, carrying that little pocketbook, and then the creative director of Louis Vuitton, and who knows what they've done behind the scenes, but I would imagine that some orifices have been entered, and all the stuff. Now we have to watch this guy, after fulfilling a ritual of sorts, go on the biggest stage and tap dance for the people behind the scenes, right? And then you hear the outrage about ICE is going to pull up uh, to the venue, and they probably will, and and start arresting people or whatever for immigration purposes. But I think what we're looking at here is a humiliation ritual leading to the big dance. They always promise you, if you open the cheeks, if you part the cheeks, and if you wear a dress and if you carry a purse, then you'll have more. It's like not even conspiracy theory anymore. It's
Art the
already, you can
cheats.
find a billion YouTube's videos about people who have either been involved in this checkerboard. I call them the checkerboard crew. It's the 33rd degree checkerboard squad, and they uh get them to do these sadistics because they can't. They're so, because they're full of demons, and sex is their weapon of choice, and they can't like not think without thinking with their thing, and so they get men to demasculate themselves who are just full grown men, and they demasculated them, and they go, well, here's your reward, and they pay him a couple $1 million. That's like pocket change. It's like going to McDonald's and buying 10 burgers. That 25 million they're giving you for the show is something you have sold your whole soul for, because I got to get it out the hood. Get out the hood when the Lord says it's time to get out the hood. You don't need to rush God's time. You think God is surprised that he made people into great singers or great rappers? No, he just needs you to wait on him so you can glorify him, and so you don't waste away idolizing the thing, idolizing the money, idolizing the talent. Use it to glorify God. Use it to bring people to salvation. Don't use it to walk around confusing men to wear dresses, and now you've frayed the lines between masculinity and femininity. And now this is what we have, Lil. We're looking at the whole agenda working
Yep.
itself out, and we've normalized this. This isn't normal. Those
It's
outfits,
not.
that's not normal, and it's not okay. And I don't want my boy and my they know, but I don't want them to ever feel like that. Who is protecting the women now just like that? What are you gonna do? Show your nipples? He stop. Leave my girlfriend alone. Like what? No. Stop. Put put some clothes on. Have some resilience. Be respectable men and women like Lil and Shar, and just do what's right. It's not that
Absolutely.
difficult, man. It's not that difficult to like stop this. People are thinking about money rather than
Yep.
the implications of a lot of it. You can't serve God and money.
And it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but for more context to add here, for those of y'all who don't know, and Shaw, I think you laid it out perfectly. Over 50,000 fans already signed a petition demanding that Bad Bunny step down. Okay. Obviously, they're not in favor. A lot of people are not, and mainly Republicans, and that really, again, goes to everything we talked about and how divided the country is, because yeah, you would assume that Republicans oppose this, which they do, and Democrats approve this, which they do. I mean, he was the same guy that endorsed Kamala Harris for president. He agrees with this gender bending wardrobe thing, which I believe is promoting femininity in men. Okay. So obviously, this is where we get to the politics side of things, right? But more so than that, when you talk about the NFL, we all know, is about the Benjamins. We know that. The NFL is about the Benjamins. That's why they sold their soul as a corporation to expand the popularity of the sport. When they did that NFL entertainment contract with Jay-Z, it was more of a PR stunt to the woke crowd in light of the Colin Kaepernick situation. When the Ray Rice domestic situation happened, they only suspended that brother for 2 games. So guess what? They wanted the
Wow.
woman community to be involved into the sport.
Wow.
That's when Taylor Swift came into play.
Wow.
That's when that manufactured relationship between
Wow.
her and Travis Kelsey became a thing, and the NFL catered to the women audience to grow the sport. And now we get to the Hispanic audience, and that's where Bad Bunny comes into play, obviously. So again, the NFL is monopolizing. They're all about the Benjamins, and they're all about bowing down to get more ratings. Okay, and mind you, this sport is already the most popular sport in America, but yet it continues to bend the knee. It continues
Mm.
to bend the knee to Taylor Swift. It continues to bend the knee to Jay-Z. It continues to bend the knee to the woke crowd. It continues to bend the knee because the NFL is all about the Benjamins, and them allowing Bad Bunny, and obviously they co-signed that Jay-Z is the one that's out here, getting all these guys. The NFL once again will bend the knee and mess up some of the hardcore fans, because I would believe, and I don't know this by, this is not no numbers that I looked up, but I would assume that the majority of the fans in the NFL is Republicans. I mean, I would think it's Republicans, Democrats. The NFL is a sport for everybody, right? Every
Equal
race,
monopoly. Yeah.
religion, political views and whatnot. But I would
Yeah.
think that they have a big Republican base. And F you, we trying to grow the sport and grow it in ways where it can help us be even more profitable. But again, you sell your soul, because I'm pretty sure the NFL really doesn't, condone gender bending,
Yeah.
right? That's not something they want to promote, but they're willing to promote it because they're willing to fall and bend the knee for the
Oh,
Benjamins.
Lil, they're willing to promote it. They have Pride. They have Pride Month armbands in football and soccer. They're doing that now. And then if you don't wear the jersey, they're ridiculing you for it. Okay, this is a lobbying agenda by whatever groups are deciding to steer the world into thinking this is normalized, to therefore keep continuing to demasculate the nuclear home
Yep.
and throw it in the garbage and play God. This is all it is. And it's the Roman circus.
And
Like
that's the biggest game
it's the
in the
Roman
world.
it's the Roman circus.
And you're
It's
gonna have this dude that's gonna be wearing these funny looking clothes. I mean, look at this shit.
yeah,
All right, look at
yeah,
this. Look at this. Look what he's wearing.
yeah.
That's what is gonna be promoted to the children that's gonna watch this game.
Oh, 100%. And they don't care about that. They're teaching this in schools. They dude, the school board here, it's in grade 6. In 6th grade, they took my child down 200 stairs and he read it. He said, "Mom, it said clothing optional only." Took a 6th and 5th grade class to a nude beach at 12 noon. They don't care. And they did this by having us parents sign off on day trips. They give you a field trip form in the middle and the beginning of the school year, and they go, if we go within a 10-mile radius of the school, is it okay that we take your child? Could be a day trip, could be nice outside. So you sign this thing saying, oh, okay, they can go out in the area, in the vicinity.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they don't care about children. That used to be a thing where it was like women and children were off limits. You see it now. Look at in these war-torn countries. They bombing hospitals, women, children. the things that used to be halfway normal, halfway decent, are not anymore. Why? Because Lil, I'm gonna be frank, the veil is thinning. You're gonna start seeing 20-foot tall demons. This might be extracurricular thought process right here, running around the streets and tearing up the place, because that's just gotta happen, man. It's getting so weird. Do not be surprised when these things start to happen. This world is dark, and these shapeshifters can only be hidden in these skin suits for so long before they unzip it and really show you who they are. This is a nasty world, and we have to understand a couple of things. One, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but through the Son. You can go other places, but you ain't going there for eternity. One. Two, stop playing with people who don't care about you, acting like they care about you, feeding you like the Stockholm syndrome, taking things away from you and giving it back to you. No, you come figure out what you can do it, pray, keep busy on your hands and knees praying, fast. There's something so great about fasting because it tells you, even if you need a couple of days before things can figure out, you're not starving. You're not like, oh, I just can't eat. No, because it's about to be, like I said, when you chomp on air, you're going to chomp too much air and your carbon score is going to drop and you're going to be on punishment with that digital ID. So I think the things I want to leave us with, the audience with, is that it's time to realize that what truth is stranger than fiction. Everything that we're seeing in 5 years ago, you'd be like, ain't no way. It is
Yep.
what we're looking at. The conspiracy theorists were right all along.
Yep. And look, I would end here with this. I do believe the NFL try to add sting to the halftime show to calm some of the storm, but the reality is it's already done. We already know that the NFL has bent the knee, especially when they did that partnership with Jay-Z. That was PR. They didn't need Jay-Z. I always say
Yep.
this all the time. Michael Jackson, I believe, had a halftime show, if I'm not mistaken. Whitney Houston, I believe, had a not a halftime show. Maybe I'm probably so
No,
far off.
she did. She
No,
had a halftime. They had
maybe it was
halftime.
the national anthem. I think it
Yeah.
could be one of them, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
National
yeah,
anthem,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
They could get the celebrity they want,
Yeah.
right? Everything was a PR stunt.
Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake, they all had
Exactly.
them.
I mean, they had the guys ready. They
Yeah.
didn't need Jay-Z, but they obviously PR. But look, I won't be watching this show. I don't even know. I never listened to this guy music. I don't want to, especially looking at what he's wearing. I don't even think he speaks English. I'm not watching the halftime show,
Me
and I can
neither.
end there.
You got to
Okay.
stand for something or fall for nothing, Lil. And I like that. I stand with you. I haven't watched a halftime show. I didn't watch Rihanna. I refuse to that because she wore her little thing, her little virtue signal, and she's, New World Order type gal. Not New World Order, but Illuminati type gal. I don't want to feed into the matrix of things, because here's the thing also, be careful what you're watching, what you're intaking in your eyes. Guard your eye gates, guard your ear gates, because when you
Be
watch things,
careful, little eyes, what you see, like that song.
yes, that your eyes, that the spiritual realm cares nothing about it just being called a halftime show, or it's just a movie, it's just a concert. Nah, when they're doing Drake and The Weeknd and Rihanna and Beyonce and Bad Bunny and Doja and everybody who are doing these rituals, they're doing a ritual. They don't, and they're doing it in a concert, style, but it's still a ritual. Ritual is a ritual. And when you go ahead and watch it, and you decide to look at it knowing that they said they would cat for the devil, and you decide to be like, no, it's just art. Well, you've already come into agreement with it, and the satanic needs you to come into agreement with it, and that's how it thrives. Stop giving your light to the darkness. Shine your light in the darkness, and stop playing with these demons, because let me tell you what, they don't care about you. When you go to hell, they're gonna torture you for eternity. So find your truth, and the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6, and stand in that truth, because right now I'm telling you, you ain't got time. There's not a lot of time. Behold, Revelations 3:20, Jesus said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. And if anybody answers, I will come in and sup with you. That's at the stage of the game we are in. That rapture is the knock. Be ready.